Hi, everybody. Welcome to our first episode of Rant. For now, that's the working title. I haven't come up with something yet. If somebody comes up with the title, we'll, I don't know, maybe give you some kind of prize if you give us a cool title. Anyways, so our first rant is going to be on the Game Grumps, as we said in our other video. Because we originally modeled our channel kind of after them, like the format a little bit, and we found out they've been doing a lot of off stuff, really iffy. So yeah, it started off with like some corporate stuff. We'll go into like our sections of this in a second, but anything you want to say for the intro?
I have been watching Game Grumps for quite a few years, and this stuff coming to light kind of really irks me, especially the one thing that I'm gonna go into later.
Yeah. So, first part, the corporate stuff. Okay, so starting with the corporate stuff. So basically how we originally started to get bugged by Game Grumps was there started to be all these ads and all their videos of sponsors and stuff, and they used to always be against that. And I don't understand why all of a sudden they just switched their minds. Like, I don't mind it all that much, and they make them funny sometimes, but
when you have them with the one person that's screaming, "Buy my book! Buy my book!"
Well, yeah, not stuff like that, but it's just, you're now popular, so you're trying to capitalize off of it, or what? Like, your video, I don't get it. Your videos were getting lots of views before. Why did you need this extra income stream? When you have merch, you have all this other stuff.
You each have your own individual YouTube channels on top of Game Grumps.
Yeah, so it doesn't make sense.
Like all of them have their own channels.
I know. Okay, so then after around June, when I guess a little whiles into the protesting, after being pressured by fans and stuff, which I'll put the tweets up, they put out this statement, and in the statement basically, said they stand with Black Lives Matter and all that, and which totally, I stand with Black Lives Matter too. This is not some like crazy, all lives matter, blah, blah, blah. Like, all lives do matter, but I do understand Black Lives Matter, that minorities have been, I don't know what's the word to be.
They've been wronged.
They've been wronged, but disproportionately. They're disproportionately targeted, and etc. by lots of laws, lots of police, lots of just the whole system entirely it does target minorities in lots of cases. Not in every case, but in lots of cases. So I do agree with that, but what our kind of issue is I don't think if you're actually not racist and you're just making a joke that's, yeah, okay, it might have a racist context to it or something, you're making an Asian voice or something like that. But I don't find that's really that, like, if you're not hateful towards the person, you're being respectful of it, I don't know, it's just, what's wrong with that? If I make fun of Donald Trump's voice, is somebody going to be saying, oh my God, you hate orange people? Like, no, I hate Donald Trump. I don't care if you have some crazy orange tan. That's totally up to you. If you can paint yourself fucking purple, I don't care. The thing is how you are as a person. And if you're treating people with hate and stuff, so why I don't understand is, why did they take down all these videos after? I don't get that.
Yeah, if you're not racist, just keep it.
If you're not racist, well, yeah, exactly. Just keep it and be like, well, we were just making a joke. We're not being hateful. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference between a joke and hate.
Taking it down is kind of like, it seems more sketchy.
Yeah, that's what I think. But you could have a different opinion. So the last straw for us, before I actually started looking into this stuff, was Dr. Cecil. Well, for one thing, I was annoyed as all hell at the freaking ads, because that's how I first was exposed to Dr. Cecil. Then I looked into the tweets, and so he sent out this tweet pretty much saying that, oh, my mom is going to be, forcing me to promote this book and blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's my fault. People offer him support. Then he doubles down. I don't understand. I really don't understand. Why? And then now he's still going on with the ads when people have come out backlashing against it. Do you just want to piss people off? I don't understand. Or is it just the drama that's giving you more views? Because I know, like, a huge portion of the Grumps fan base now is, like, Rant Grumps people, which I've never been on that Reddit before doing this research, and I didn't actually join it. I just got the information, and I'm not going to spend all my day ranting about stuff. This is going to be my one video about the Game Grumps, and that's it. But why do you guys still watch if you hate it? I don't get that. Okay, so a couple more little corporate things. So they posted a yard sale and put this video to announce it. Lots of people showed up. Lots. There were lines up around the block. And I don't know why they didn't expect this. Aaron had this impromptu meeting at Wendy's before where 500 people showed up. And they regularly, like 10 times oversell their events. So they got shut down by the city, and
it was also the hottest day of the year or something too.
Right? It was really hot. I don't know. They ended up, to their credit, they gave out water and sunscreen to the people in line, so that's nice. But then they canceled the second day because the city forced them to. So, so that is the end of our corporate section. Next section is just bad stuff in general. And most of this isn't the actual Aaron's in here. I don't think Dan does that much, to be honest, but we'll get into this in the next section. Okay, so this first thing kind of half belongs in the corporate section, but it's also bad. And it's not superly the Game Grumps, but the Game Grumps part involved in it is bad. And I'll explain. So Susie has been purchasing stuff on Etsy for prices like this or this, and been selling it for this or this. After adding something like a piece of string, you add on numerous things and call it handmade. Lots of money, and you call it handmade. What? Are you kidding me? Like, we actually make handmade shit sometimes, and we don't charge shit like that. Like, that's, it was years ago, but still. Oh yeah, and she has a second Twitter, which Quartz is not too happy about. So here is the first tweet we saw from her.
Susie, what the fuck is your fucking problem? Okay. I have a massive issue with this tweet. as someone who's been suffering from eating disorders all of their life, so 24 years, the only kind of willpower that that's involved with eating disorders is the willpower to stay alive. Okay? So you want the willpower to have an eating disorder? We're fighting for the willpower to stay alive. Because, yeah.
Yeah. And her second tweet here shows how much she really cares about her fans. Unless you buy shit from her.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
She don't want to hear about your story.
So
she could care less.
Yeah. Other than that, we also got numerous things that I don't have the links for, but I am going to post the subreddit. And there's things like smut grumps that Aaron got really mad about and made somebody take down after Susie complained to him. But he's apparently fine with, what's the other one called? The gay Game Grumps furry one? I don't remember what that's called. But if you make a tune of Susie, no. That's not allowed. I mean, like, I don't think it's cool to use someone's name either, like they did in the comic. Just saying that. But doing all they did was add the word grumps, I think. Like, come on. Yeah, a few other things in that Reddit if you want to check it out. I'm not going to go into all the little stuff because there's way too much. The last thing in the... we're going to go over John real quick. We never really watched when John was around, so we don't know what happened back then.
My first introduction to Game Grumps wasn't animated with John and Aaron, but I never officially started watching until it was Aaron and Danny.
But looking at that, I think personally that John just wanted to get away from Aaron, and that all this drama just came from that. Because people are like, oh my god, they're kicking him out. No, I don't really think so. I think JonTron was like, no, I just want to do my own thing. And
if JonTron hadn't have done his own thing, I don't think we'd have those ridiculous flex tape videos that he did.
That's true.
Which are amazing.
Ben. That's the last thing we're going to cover in our bad stuff thing.
Oh, God.
He is the editor, if you don't know, for Game Grumps. He has sent numerous tweets to, I'm blanking on the kid's name, but he's a 17-year-old YouTube kid. And this guy's been following him since he was 14 and sending him tweets like this, asking for nudes. And, yeah. Basically lots of sexual stuff like that over a 4-year period. And the links are, once again, all in the video. I'm not going to post every single tweet in this video. It's a waste of time.
There's a lot of shit on Ben.
Yeah. So, yeah, the Grumps, they came out and apologized. But in their apology, which I'll post here, they never once mentioned the name underage. And they refer to asking as nudes and all these sexual comments as jokes. Like, that's... you don't joke around with a 14-year-old kid about that kind of shit.
Another thing I can get riled up
about. That's fucking
about.
disgusting.
Mm-hmm. Don't diddle children.
No, don't. Especially not in the Sudbury area, because guess what? We're going to be doing a video on the Sudbury area in a little while.
Sudbury, Ontario, to be specific.
Yeah. Other than that, yeah, he blocked and hid all the negative comments on his own apology, Ben, until he deleted it, because there was just too much feedback on it. And that is the end of our just general badness, because I couldn't really think of a better term for this section of the video.
Can I also just say one thing about Ben really quick?
Yeah.
He's getting paid to not edit. If you've watched any of the Game Grumps' recent shit...
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah. There was the
Ben
one video...
isn't even editing.
Before we found out about this stuff, they had been airing House Party. And there's one episode, I'll see if I can post a link in the comments because I didn't do the research for this before because I totally blanked on it. But there was one video we watched, and literally there's a fucking 7 or 8 minute gap in the middle of it. Just
we'll
no editing. They're like, we'll come back. And they're like just playing and not talking. And then for 8 minutes. And they're like, oh, yeah, oh. You just hear like random sounds and shit.
And then we're back!
And now we're back, guys. 8 minutes later into the video. Like, what?
So he's getting paid to...
Like, if our edits are fucked up, please tell us, because I do the editing myself. We're not a big channel. If we do get a big channel and that ends up happening, then we're gonna vet our fucking people. But I don't see that happening, but it's me doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a good editor. I'm not paid to edit my content. I'm not, you know?
But we have the general knowledge of how to edit.
Basic. Very basic. Hey, let's not over-exaggerate my abilities here.
But if it was the older programs I used, I'd have a little
older, but they're new now, so. Okay, that is the end of this section. Next section is the toxic fan base. Okay, we're moving on to the toxic fan base. So, the fan base has been known to do quite a bit of doxing. It started basically, the first incident we can find is with the Sonic guide that is here. It's edited now, but originally when it came out, Dan sarcastically said, "Oh, I sure hope that none of our fans can dox this guy, and he gets a lot of hate email tomorrow," which doesn't seem like that. But then you name the guy's name after or right before that, I think. So,
on a part of a game for the tutorial is randomized.
Yeah, also I forgot to mention the tutorial. Not the tutorial, but
the game is randomized.
Yeah, the game in that part. Yeah, the walkthrough. I don't know why we're saying tutorial.
Oh, yeah, walkthrough.
That's what we meant. Walkthrough, guys. Anyways, so Aaron spotted this joke on the Game Grumps Reddit, which I guess the fans were like thinking it's funny to dox people. So he came out and pointed out that like, oh, this isn't cool, blah blah blah, and he apologized for it and says that he's trying to re-upload the video. Here is the apology. But he also mentions that he's trying to figure out how to do it without losing likes and views, which, why is that important? That you get 2 videos a day on your channel and you just re-upload it. Who cares? The longer you're waiting, the more people are probably going to be like, oh, well, I better go get that name before he takes it down. Anyways, so Dan came out, he apologized for it, but then in this video afterwards, they completely basically take back the apology because they say it never happened, which...
Invalidation!
Yeah, great, way to go. So I don't overall totally blame Dan for this. Dan, I don't think is a terrible guy overall, but he makes some stupid mistakes. He does make some stupid mistakes. I mean, like, I make stupid mistakes too, but I own up to them when I make my stupid mistakes. So moving on to Ding Dong.
Ding Dong.
He was doxxed after a stream video in which they mentioned Dream Daddy, and he talks about how he's disappointed because he thinks it's pandering towards that audience and that they're just trying to get a quick buck, and that they're corporate and kind of thing. And that seems to be their model nowadays, so I don't understand why it's so, oh no, that's not what they were doing, when,
To
as
go
you said,
along with the quick buck, they had merch released for Dream Daddy before they even had gameplay showing of Dream Daddy. So, like,
yeah, that just doesn't, like, what? You're clearly just trying to make money now. So Brian and Susie tweeted out these and basically said that he'd never done it, never played it, had no involvement, blah, 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 where he had proved that he had involvement, and that's all in the threads down below. I'm not going into all that stuff. But, so then the fans decided to dox him. And they outed him to his parents. And that's just unacceptable.
that's inhumanely cruel.
No, like, that's just ridiculous. I don't understand it. Any fan who does that is just, why? I don't understand. Why is your life so meaningless that you have to go around ruining other people's lives? Makes no sense. And how can people like that tolerate it? Like, I don't understand. Like, it just makes no sense. But anyways, so that is the toxic fan base, just part of it. Because, I mean, there's the whole part of the fan base that's just entirely Rant Grumps and just are there just to make fun of them. So, I don't understand that either, because if you don't support them and they do all this shitty shit, why are you giving them views? Makes no sense to me. Just my opinion.
Or the comments or the time of day.
Yeah. I don't get it. But, yeah. There's that. There's numerous other instances. We're going to link to the Rant Grumps subreddit just for anybody who wants this information and wants to look more into everything, because there's a lot of stuff that we didn't even touch. Because some of it's going after Danny, that's like apparently he's slept with younger women and stuff back in the day, but hasn't been in 3 years or something, so it can't be confirmed and all this stuff. And I'm not going to go into all these crazy theories. Or like the John thing, we barely even touched that. There's so much shit with the nibs and all that. Like, it was just, it's ridiculous.
With the points alone that we were able to mention and that are proved, we have enough content to...
Yeah, but we are saying, guess what? Bye, Grumps. No more you on our feed anymore. And if you have any care for people in general, then you should probably do the same thing. Anyways, that has been our rant on the Game Grumps. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for watching.
Our next episode on our rant is going to be about Sudbury Hate Groups. So, watch out, guys.
Bye.